Hello, everybody. Okay, so I have my second day of NAM. Or it's the third day of NAM. I'm going back for my second day. I wanted to make a very quick video and see if I could get it all in one take. So today I wanted to talk about a term that I just learned of. It's called the narcissism of small differences. Now, I think that this perfectly applies to some of the problems that we're having more and more on the left. Now, nowhere in that statement am I saying it's solely the left. I don't know. I've got some comments. I posted that on Facebook where people have said, well, this is a general problem. Well, it is a general problem, but it's also increasingly more prevalent on the left. And I'm on the left, so I care more about the left. So I want to talk about our issues just a little bit more. They're more concerning to me. Okay, so here's an example. So you have two people talking to each other, and you say, well, you want equality, I want equality. That's great. But first, before we get started, let me tell you what a bad person you are. And that to me is part of the problem. So usually, small differences, the narcissism of small differences, is used to talk about people who might show racism towards one another, who otherwise are very similar. Instead of building off of what they have in common, they build off of the incredibly small differences, and so this heightens the reaction against this other person. And I see this all the time on the left. I think a perfect example are some of the problems that have happened with the Women's March, where most people can agree that they want equality among women, but in some cases, it's turned into a competition to see who is the most marginalized, who is the most victimized, and who should check their privilege before they get started. And that sort of undercuts the main message. I think this is increasingly a larger and larger problem, and it seems that it's more prevalent on the left, at least according to what I've heard from other professors whom I've talked to, professors whose lectures I've heard online, such as Steven Pinker, and studies too as well. So a PRRI study that I had cited before, which no, it's not a conservative poll, showed that Democrats in particular were far more likely to find other people's views offensive and to unfriend them on Facebook following political posts. So this is an example where I think that we could sort of think about this a little bit more, build on our commonalities, and really attack the goals that we want to accomplish rather than sort of splitting hairs and tearing ourselves apart.